Okay, this is a special episode for all those out there who are going to hear all of Chicagoans' data that's contained on Pastel Fractals CAREoke capture number 1 and 2 that are now about to be dropped on streaming services because Conch Shell went too far. Okay, this time Conch Shell went way too far. Those on streaming services and the data is published. And this special episode is not just hacking, this is shaming. We are ashamed, we are self-shaming here because we, in other words, we've done things the way that we used to do things we're ashamed of. And so before we hacked, we did things that we were ashamed of, and in a sense we did things the hard way with tools that had immediate restrictions and limitations, okay? We used to say that those limitations, that they fostered creativity and more than the all functions in one basket machines that we've upgraded to now. But now that we've upgraded, we don't regret it, and we are trying damn hard not to relapse with the use of those shamefully obsolete tools, okay? We used to use these tools to research, but we were really just collecting data to dump like junk that we were hooked on, the community. With these tools, we collected data from within public research ivory tower institutions such as University of Illinois Chicago, and we had these interactive research installations such as the one that's titled PF version 7, and it's especially important that I feel all this shame right now because the whole mission statement data collection thing has gotten out of control with Conch Shell capturing and publishing Pastel Fractals perform karaoke. In this special episode, we will throw back, and we're going to be shamefully throwing back to a walkthrough of the interactive research installation titled PF version 7. And see how that mission statement data was just collected. First, here's a look at PF version 7 at night. Razzle dazzle, perhaps to distract from the ugly structure of repurposed walkers, crutches, and commodes which support the fractal spiral form, and the branches extending the 4 interfaces for participation. Here we are approaching the Gallery 400 from the front door of the building. The installation is fractal spiral shaped, and the lights that flash are 4 colors which correspond to the 4 prompts, one at each of the 4 data collection interfaces. But before we get to those data collection interfaces, we will peek around the I Wonder, Pastel Fractal's mobile performance apparatus, which is a transforming bike trailer with many despicably obsolete machines, including 4 floppy disk MIDI karaoke sequencers that each play one composition that corresponds to the data sets from the 4 interfaces. Now we move to the first interface, which is a silver marker to write on an uncased floppy disk. Participants are prompted by step-by-step instructions written on a piece of paper hanging at eye level. Write a restriction of yours as a Chicagoan. Once participants have written on the discs, they drop it into a chute that is made from a steel stud. The disc will slide down the chute to the other side of the installation where the data will be processed and combined with the rage composition during Pastel Fractal's performance. Pictured here are some discs that were submitted by participants. Now, we move around to the next interface, which is a 25-year-old word processor machine with a native floppy disk storage drive. Participants are prompted to type out the words to a song about accessibility as a Chicagoan. After a laboriously long sequence of buttons required to save the data to a disk, participants are to drop the disk into another chute down which the disk will slide to the other side of the installation to be combined with the sing composition during Pastel Fractal's performance. Now onto the third interface, which is a 15-year-old notebook computer that extends out farther from the center of the spiral. This machine also has a native floppy drive, and participants are prompted to state a mission of yours as a Chicagoan using the notebook application, and then to save their data to disk. Disks slide through another chute to the other side where mission statement data is combined with the state composition during Pastel Fractal's performance. In these photos, some of the data can be read from the screen of the Roland Discover 5 machine, which is one tool used to sequence the mission statement data on floppy disks into karaoke lyrics. Now, onto the fourth and final interface, which is a 4-year-old tablet computer which extends way out from the center on an adjustable branch. All branch interfaces are adjustable actually. Here, participants are prompted to promote a mission of yours as a Chicagoan. They can use any app on the tablet to do this, and on the other side of the installation, where their discs drop out of the chute, there's a Bratz karaoke machine that the screen of the tablet is mirrored onto. This data is combined with the promote composition during Pastel Fractal's performance of wonders with mission statements of Chicagoans. Now, as a researcher, I chose these interfaces because they reflected a continuum of advancing technology across time and a spectrum of limitations as tools for creative participation. This decision is regrettably shameful now, and I retract all my conclusions about the creative benefits of the older, more limiting tools as ideal for Pastel Fractal's performance of wonders. However, as I reform and distance myself, Pastel Fractal continues to ignore how to serve Chicagoans as a community and not just a data dump to drop on from space with bombardments of seemingly random stimulation. Pastel continues to recklessly use these floppy disk machines without shame or remorse, despite me abandoning my research and support. So be it. I'm the DJ now with the upgraded FractBook Pro. I can play what the community wants to hear, or bust out the explosive visual data, vocals, if that's appropriate. I'm like Pastel Fractal Light because Chicagoans don't need all that. Also, I'm keeping the community's data and bodies from going obsolete with my HACKtive lifestyle opportunities. I'm Data Disc Jockey ADG, and believe me, I've got the mission statement data from my old interactive research installations and a lot more. The only issue is that Conch Shell is out there dropping this data in the karaoke captures on some multimedia devices and on every streaming service available February 1st, 2020. Okay? You know what I mean? So, to be honest, I would not data dump and research this all over again for less than about $500 USD, personally. Thanks for shaming. I'm ADG.